Hey, ho guys! So TCGO has been down a couple days, and that was kind of frustrating because the last week in the States is tomorrow. But usually when they are down a couple days, it means they're implementing some pretty nice stuff, and I wanted to take a few minutes at the start of this video to go over some of the nice stuff that they added in, and a couple of maybe of my problems with it. But anyway, I'm going to click on the patch notes, which you guys are probably going to continue to see the TCGO screen because that's how Fraps works. So of course the general fixes the card bugs and stuff. Supposedly the game infrastructure is now better, and it's supposed to reduce memory leaks, which is the cause of all the too many heap sections stuff. So hopefully that means we have fewer heap sectioned out games, so that'll be less people randomly resigning in the middle of the game, which is I usually attribute that to, oh, they got heap sectioned out. The next one is pretty nice actually. We're going to go over to collection. We're going to go to cards first. Let's look at something like, let's go Blastoise, I guess. We'll go with Blastoise. Alright, I'm going to do show all so I can actually show this. Okay, so you've got this Blastoise from the theme decks. This Blastoise, which is what we've been seeing, that's the non-theme deck Blastoise. But there was a problem because you couldn't tell the difference between a reverse holographic and a holographic. They looked exactly the same, and it could be difficult if you were like trying to request something from someone. Like maybe you wanted to request a regular holo, but instead they had reverse, just something like that. It just made it difficult to tell. So this is now the reverse holo. I don't particularly like how it goes over the whole card, but you'll see in a moment that that's actually fine. And there's this, and then there's the regular holo. It's actually got the holofoil where the holo is supposed to be on the card. It is within the border of the picture, and it is actually behind the Pokemon. So they got that right, and it's not the pinstripe foil, but I didn't really like the pinstripe foil anyway. I'm still not a big fan of the smoky foil, but whatever. I can live with it as long as it's in the right place. And what you will notice though is that this is just sort of like still the blanket fog all over everything. So although this looks correct bar the type of foil, the reverse foils are still incorrect. However, this I believe only is the case in that, and I actually need to stay in there. Wish you could take back a move when you accidentally click something. We're going to look at Shiftry because that's the deck we're going to play in this video before I do another several battles in a row series, if you will, with the deck. We're gonna do some fan hammer coming up after I get done talking. Let's look at Shiftry, for example. All right. Well, actually, okay, this is correct for Shiftry. Well, for some of the Pokemon anyway, maybe you can see that they've got the dark energy for Shiftry. Of course, these dark types, so they've got those in the background. Let's see how it looks for Victini. Victory Star Victini, that is. Okay, this is the normal holofoil. This is that one. Alright, so point being that some of these don't look correct in the collection for some reason, which is odd because that's the one where you would go to actually view them if you're a collector. But let's just make a new deck, I guess. And we can see him this way. If we look at Victini this way, well, you can notably tell here that it no longer goes into the background of the card. It looks like it may still go over over Victini itself. But you can definitely tell that. Shiftry, I believe, is perfectly fine. Well, almost. Anyway, I'm going to jump over to a game, because it actually looks fine in game, so one moment, please. Alright, so here we are in the middle of a game, and I'm not sure if this is just because I'm facing an AI opponent or not, but the play area is no longer like full screen. I am not quite sure what the point of that is. Maybe it's just the trainer challenge thing. But a couple of things to check out here. So here's Superior, which I swear this was different. It was like not this a while ago, but you can see it's just kind of got the holofoil on the big grass symbol, and on Superior itself. That's the way it is in the shiny cards. Full arts are kind of a little bit WTF. They kind of go overboard on the holofoil a little bit. but oh well, that might get changed back. So, okay, is this just doing it randomly or what? So the foil effects, normal foils, this is the normal foil. Of course, you can only see it in the background. Reunion was definitely not like this before. So I can attest, having played this deck versus AI a moment ago, that it is definitely a little bit random, it seems. How the superior in this deck is with the leaf symbol and then just it being foil. That was the case for Reuniclus in the last game, and the whole all the psychic energies everywhere. If you've gotten any emerging powers through whatever the latest set is, except for plasmas reverses, you know that they've got these the energy symbol repeated in the background, kind of like that, which I like better than the boring black-white from black-white up, whatever. The ones from black-white in the pretty much the entire 4th gym block, I hated those. They were so boring. Here's this Victini. I believe there's a reverse Victini in here too, or maybe just the full art. Again, the foil on the full arts is a little bit overboard, but oh well. Likewise with this. Yeah, so it looks like the foil pattern is a little bit random. So here's this Ditto. I believe there's a second Ditto, but it appears to be prized, so I can't show you that one. So I'm going to reshuffle and hopefully show you that one. Alright, here we are again, and let's check out these Ditto. So this one is the normal foil, and I believe this one is supposed to be reverse foil. But it seems like it randomly picks. You can almost kind of tell with this Gotharita if you look really closely, like full screen res, high res. You can almost see the psychic energies. Here's one. Here's one. You can kind of see those. Here with this Gothitelle here, you can now see it goes just with Gothitelle's body, not over the whole card. It seems like the normal foils are kind of consistent, but okay, there's that. Let's see if Reuni is fixed now. Or maybe Reuniclus could be picked a good time to be prized. This deck unfortunately has a lot of... Oh, no, there we go. See, now you can... There we go, there's proof. See, now Reuniclus just has the one big psychic symbol and the foil effect just over him, so... It's kind of weird. It appears that reverse foils and shiny foils as well, they appear to be kind of random with what foil it picks, so I know I personally will probably be sticking... Oh, there's internet got deaded, but oh well. Hopefully that... Oh, what is this? Alright, so that was my internet crashing, sorry. But anyway, I think I showed off exactly what I was talking about with the whole foil effects. Reverse foils seem to be a little bit random. So I'm probably just going to stick to normal holofoils or just stay away from reverse foils in general. So another thing they improved on, I guess, is the carousel view, which nobody seems to like. Everyone I know prefers tile. I don't think anyone likes list, because then you can't see everything. I guess this could be good if you were looking for specific stats, but whatever. I think you can actually use this for... Yeah, you can like sort by this, which is kind of nice. So there's some utility to that, but anyway. But sort of the odd thing about this is the way it stretches out the cards. Let me just sort this by name again. You can tell if I move over one the other way. You can tell this is the Zubat is like mega weird stretched. As far as the moving through the cards though, it is definitely way nicer. It doesn't like have to stop and render them quite as much. Now I know this computer is actually a pretty decent computer for running TCGO, but oh look, there you go. There's Archeops. Looks nice. This is a pretty decent computer for running TCGO, so that might be why. But you know, whatever. Looks alright. One thing I would like to point out, if I can find an EX. Is EX part of the name? Yes, it is. Yeah. See, you can see here the foil effects on the full arts. It's way out of line. Like what the carp. Here is a normal Black Curum EX from Boundaries Crossed, and you can kind of see it's got no foil right here, just kind of around the edges and some in the picture, which is kind of how it is on the real card. And here's the White Curum. Oddly enough, yes, this is the set one, so it's still like that too. So it seems like that's a little bit sporadic, but For the most part, the EXs only have the foil borders and some of the background. Ooh, their eyes too. Yes, I love how I always loved how their eyes had the foil effect too. Look at that. That looks awesome. Eye glowing foil. You guys see that? That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Does it with Registeel too. So EXs look a little bit better with the new foil. Oh, especially Terrakion. Look at Terrakion's eyes. They're glowing. Tornadus just kind of has those big eyes, so it's not as noticeable, but whatever. Nobody even likes Tornadus, but I say that because of what he did to... yeah, whatever. Anyway, so I guess that's enough about the foils. Overall, a thumbs up, mainly because we can at least tell the difference now. There's still probably got a little bit of kinks to work out with it appearing randomly, but we can definitely live with it for now. One of these days I'm just going to quit editing the train out of the videos. Anyway, so that's enough about the foil effects. On to some of the play stuff, the stuff that's in the actual games they did. One of the things is things like Pokedex. You know, people who've used the Etherdex engine probably are pretty familiar with, you know, you click the one you want on bottom, then the next one, and finally you click the one you want on top last. Well, I'm not going to show you right now, but basically the way they did it was there's your 5 cards, and then there's labeled spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You just drag the cards onto the spot you want them, with 1 being the one you're going to top deck next. So that makes it way less likely that you're going to mess it up. You can also like rearrange them if you make a mistake, it was kind of weird. Like if you accidentally click the one you wanted first and you're like, oh crap, you know, you would unclick it, but sometimes it would be like this blue border instead of the yellow. It was just odd, and you didn't know if it actually fixed it or not. Usually it did, but it was just sort of disconcerting. So anyway, that's definitely way better now. It says a single confirmation is now available for multi-step actions. I'm actually not quite sure what that means. What I hoped it would mean would be things like you can now select, you know, like 30 damage to move when you're using Dusk Noir or Reuniclus or something like that. But I haven't actually figured out exactly what that is. I will say though, this actually gets into something later. So when you play a game, let's boot run. Yeah, can't talk today. Sorry. Boot one up right quick, and we'll just do versus the AI. You know, let's say I get into this game and I'm trying to play test and refine my list, and I decide, okay, you know, this one card I was playing is definitely not something I need, or I really need to add another Crushing Hammer or something like that. Oh, I actually have the animations on. And you know, you want to go and change some stuff out. Well, I'm just going to concede this game. Now instead of just okay, you can't actually see what this says. If you can squint really good, you can kind of see something about play, edit, deck. There's no way you guys are going to be able to read that because I barely can with full resolution. But if you click this thing, the thing that doesn't say okay, then it takes you straight to your deck to modify, which is pretty nice. If you're using TCGO as a playtesting tool, you know, you want to go and change some stuff out, make some edits right after you lose a game or win a game. I think it also happens if you win a game too. So even if you won, you know, I won, but I think I need to add my 4th catcher back in. I could have won a lot easier, something like that. So that's a pretty nice thing to do. I believe another thing you can also do from the deck manager is directly go and play the deck. Yeah, it's sort of tucked away up here in the corner, which is nice because it's probably not something you're going to want to do too often. But you know, this is nice because I know a lot of people on slow computers, you know, they have issues with, you know, you got to run over here to the play tab and then pick the deck, or, you know, things like that. So this will just let you, if you already have this loaded up, you can just go here to click play. This is actually the first time I've done this, so we'll see what it does. And it just takes you to the play screen, so you can still check your what kind of stuff you want to do and whatnot. But anyway, it just takes you right to it with that deck already selected. So not overly useful, I guess, but it's still something that might save you a couple clicks, and if you're on a slow computer, that can be pretty valuable. They also have more attack animations and stuff available. Special condition animation, I don't know if you can turn that one off. You can turn off attack effects. Oh, I'm not sure exactly how much that turns off, and all this stuff. However, one big gripe I have, I've turned off everything except tooltip pins, which there's no reason tooltip pins should be this. I've turned off all the animations. Wow. Alright, well that was kind of strange. Looks like we may have a new heap section type thing on our hands here. I'm going to take a screen cap of it next time it pops up, but it was something about switching monitor resolution, or I don't know. Suffice to say it crashed the program. But anyway, some gripes about this new update. Is it has made this deck a little bit cantankerous to play. This is the Gothic Deletion deck. I think I mentioned something about this earlier. So this is a deck that one of the core features of it is it uses the superior Reuniclus healing engine to, you know, heal up to 120 damage a round. Now the problem with this is, you know, I mentioned they added some special condition animations. I've turned off all of these except tooltip pins, which I don't see any reason why that would affect this, because that's actually pretty useful, since it's still, I think, pretty hard to see energy. Although it looks like they may have changed the perspective, so I guess we'll see that when I actually get to a game, which also we're probably just going to have the game in another video at this point, so we can make this kind of an update video, I guess. But anyway, the point being that Royal Heal heals damage, and Damage Swap heals damage in the sense that it removes the damage counter off. Well, whenever damage gets healed from a Pokemon, now the animation kicks in, and it wants to push the Pokemon up and do the little doctor symbol, the staff with the snakes crawling around it. You guys know that thing, Doctor Hospital symbol. It wants to do that animation, which is, you know, perfectly fine, but I can't turn it off. And it's nice, you know, if you're just using max potion, you know, once or twice a game, sure. But when you're doing multiple damage swaps, and by the way, you still can't pick up like increments of 30 and move them, which is technically true to the power, but can we get some convenience on this, please? Anyway, whenever you're doing that multiple times, and also between rounds if you got a full bench that's damaged, oh man. All 6 cards are going to pop up and try to do that animation. Sure, you can click it away, and this computer being pretty fast, it's not that big a deal. But I pity the guy who's trying to run TCGO on a relatively old computer and has these animations that keep popping up. That's probably a big pain. It's probably going to be bad enough with Hypnotoxic between rounds, but just imagine if you have to do 6 times between every round, assuming you're getting hit enough to have to activate Royal Heal that much. But also just every time Damage Swap or Sinister Hand from Dusk Noir activates, so they really need to turn those animations off, for sure. I mean, it was kind of weird previously because with Hypnotoxic Laser, you know, the poison damage just kind of, boop, you know, there it is. Like you Night Spear for 110, all of a sudden, boop, 140 damage would pop on them like instantaneously. So I'm glad that the animation option is still there, but please have an option to turn that off, because I'm assuming that's also linked to the healing animation, and that's just a major pain in my backside. So there's my gripe, probably my biggest gripe so far about this update. I think we mentioned about where if you just go in here, you can directly jump over to the play menu. Another long-awaited thing, yeah, there's the play thing. I think we just did that. Another nice thing that we can now do again. I can finally trade away my freaking Dragon Vault codes. It's actually good. It's something that's not crazy. You know, before you had to have like this. I think the rule was you have to have the same number of promos. So usually that was like you open a pack of Dragon Vault, get 5 chump promos. You know, something like that. But anyway, so now it will actually let you create offers with things like that. We're just gonna cancel that one because that's a stupid trade offer. But you can now apparently trade promos freely without having to go through that malarkey. So it was kind of weird because the message made it appear that it was intentional, but we were assured all along it was not, so that's good. I've had to restart this segment a couple times, so I'm not sure if I've mentioned this already. Also, the Calio 10s and the Kyurem EX 10s, those are now also available in the shop, but I don't have any of those, so... But it's nice that they are now available. It is weird that their art appears to be different. So, but anyway, coins are now stacked into piles, so you don't have like me and you don't have like 6 Muna coins clogging up your everything. That was really annoying. I actually I had like probably 7 or 8 of those, and then I traded them off. So that was how I got rid of them. Used them for trade fluff. But yeah, as far as I can tell, even the promo one has the boundaries crossed art. Although it appears to be, apparently the foil effects are random. But once again, you see Caldio's eye is nice and glowy, and the full arts. Yeah, I officially don't really like full arts. If they're gonna, at least until they fix the foil animations again, which given how long it took them to change them this time, I'm not gonna expect that anytime soon. See, that just looks boss. Look at Articuno's eyes just glowing, and then you come over here and what was that? Okay, see here, like here's the normal Articuno, and see that actually looks cool. It looks like it's snowing in the background. Then you got this where it's pretty much the reverse of that. Everything, yeah, see, that is how it should be. It should have no foil in the background, but I guess it's okay if the Pokemon itself is foil, but definitely have the foil around the card. The Pokemon itself being foil is alright. I don't mind that too much. But that, yeah, see, that is actually, I guess the icicles are kind of that too, because you can see the icicles aren't foil, I don't think. But that is actually literally a reverse foil. On this, only the background is holofoil. On this, only the background is not holofoil. So I like that. But you know, it's just a little bit overboard on the foil effect on the full arts, I'm afraid. So you know, my thriftiness in preferring the non-full arts for most cards looks like that is definitely something that is nice right now, especially with this new eye effect. That's awesome. I'm so glad they kept that in, because that is the way it is on real cards, and it looks amazing. So I believe that's going to wrap it up. And this might be a little hint for our next series that we're going to do. But we're going to jump. Actually, we're going to, in this video, we'll have a battle video up at the same time. So a couple of updatey things. I'm going to be out visiting people next week, so there'll probably be no videos up then. States is tomorrow, and I'll be sure to take the camcorder. We'll probably just do our usual thing, driving in cars. You guys seem to enjoy that. And I'll also go over my deck choice that I'm going to make. I've got the deck I'm going to make in my, or I've got everything set up. There's just a couple of cards I'm debating on, but I'll be sure to print out my list, and we'll do a quick little breakdown with the real cards and everything before I go, and then we'll probably just do the same thing with. There's a pretty good chance I'm going to get donked a lot, so I'll have plenty of times, plenty of chances to run back to the car and do the updates like we did last time at States. But hopefully it'll be a good time. I'm kind of prioritizing having a good time over winning the tournament, so that may be a hint as to what I'm playing. But anyway, hope you guys will look forward to that, and probably no videos next week because I'm going to be gone. And yeah, after that we might have a couple more filler videos, and we're going to have another series kind of like Durant Clang, quite possibly longer of a series. So I'm hoping to have like 7 or 8 games in a row with this deck. But anyway, that will be it. Thanks for watching. Go watch the Fan Hammers video if you want, and later days.